Call me Ishmael. Whenever it is a dark, drizzly November in my soul, and it requires a strong moral principle to prevent me from stepping into the streets and methodically knocking people's hats off, I account it high time to get to sea as soon as I can. Wherefore it is, I should take it into my head to go on a whaling voyage. Doubtless it forms part of the grand program of Providence that was drawn up a long time ago.
Hey, can you see me? I am
Chief among my motives is the great whale himself. Such a portentous and mysterious monster rouses all my curiosity and sways me to my wish. I stuff a shirt or two into my old carpet bag, tuck it under my arm, and start for Nantucket. No, stop. Please, no, let me, Lori. What is happening? What's happening? No, please, stop.
Mother.
Let me go.
Mother.
Let me go. Rebecca.
Mother.
Tobias, what is happening?
Her coat.
Mother.
Rebecca.
Mother.
Rebecca?
Rebecca,
It's time for bed.
Wait, what's happening? Let me go. Please stop. I have a daughter. Stop.
Put it on. Now. Into bed. Come.
It is a dismal night, bitingly cold. I know no one in the place. Not far from the docks, I come upon an outhanging light and a sign over a door. Good evening. Do you perchance have a room available for the night?
Alas, my house is full, not a bed unoccupied. But you ain't got no objections to sharing a harpooner's blanket, have ye? I suppose you are going a whaling, so you'd better get used to that sort of thing.
I never like to sleep two in a bed, but rather than wander about a strange town on so bitter a night, I reckon I'll put up with half of any decent man's blanket.
Come on, I'll show you to your room. He'll be here afore long. He's a decent enough chap and pays regular. Make yourself comfortable. Good night to ye.
Good morning, Mrs. Wallace. I am Miss Stokes, the head matron.
Please. I have a daughter. She's 8 years old.
You are sick.
No, I'm not sick. Please, let me talk to a doctor.
You need to stop the dramatics. This institution respects obedient women who participate in treatment. Those are the women who have daughters. You've made a mess of your breakfast. You'll have to go hungry. Cheer up. This is a place of healing.
Nope.
Thank you, Clyde.
You have a pleasant day at the madhouse, Doctor.
How many times must I tell you, Clyde? We must call it a hospital.
Welcome to the snake pit.
I don't belong here.
Neither do I, dearie. I'm old and an inconvenience, but I ain't mad.
Yeah, let's do it! Fuck! Shit! You shut your filthy mouth!
The board is waiting.
Yes. How do I look?
Marvelous.
Is the chairman there?
Of course he is. Do you remember your speech?
Moby Dick. Melville's masterwork of obsession
Madness.
and madness upon the sea. It is this story, gentlemen,
That I propose to bring to life here, with our patients playing the roles.
A play. A theatrical production.
A technique pioneered by Dr. Jacoby at Double Hill and used with great success. The theater provides a means of self-exploration and self-knowledge. Is that not what we strive to provide for our patients?
Preposterous. We are here to treat these poor souls, not to set them prancing about like chimpanzees.
Oars and harpoons in the hands of lunatics. Insane.
We'll give them prop weapons, of course.
Dr. Calhoun, I agreed to employ you here as a favor to your father, who assured me that your perverse fascination with the theater was behind you. And yet you sit here before us asking to put on a play.
Therapy. I confess my love for the theater is unabated. But I come to you now as a man of medicine. My only concern is the welfare of my patients. I realize I am new here, but I've been around long enough to recognize that the old methods, isolation, ice therapy, leeches, they do not work.
Well, we could try it on the female inmates. They may be more docile.
Women? Gentlemen, all of the roles in Moby Dick are for men.
Who gives a damn? It's women or nothing.
Benjamin? I think a play is a fine idea. They mean to discourage you.
They shan't. Let's begin casting.
Ah, Bernadette. Bernadette, take your time, and then whenever you're ready, begin.
Call me Ishmael whenever it is ademptously November.
Wonderful, Bernadette. Thank you. Ah, Frida, yes. Take your time, okay?
Call me.
Ishmael.
I can't read.
Kara!
Wait! Be gentle with her. Be gentle. Easy. Come here. Let me see it. I just want to see it.
Maybe we should take a break.
Perhaps she could be our Quick-Quick?
I don't know. Quick-Quick is called a savage, but he's really one of the more intelligent...
Trust me on this, matron. I'm sorry, I don't think I know you. Yes, you. Do you read?
Call me Ishmael. Whenever it is a damp, drizzly November in my soul, and it requires a strong moral principle to prevent me from stepping into the street and methodically knocking people's hats off, then I account it high time to get to sea as soon as I can.
You are new?
Mrs. Wallace. Isabel Wallace.
She was committed last night by her husband, a minister.
Well, Mrs. Wallace, I am Dr. Benjamin Calhoun. Welcome.
Isn't it exciting? I've always wanted to be an actress. Is it always like this?
We get a bit of sugar on Sundays. Sometimes.
Not hungry, Mrs. Wallace?
Farm animals eat better.
You should be thankful you get anything at all.
Thank you, matron.
Dr. Calhoun wants to see you.
So I have some exciting news. I have cast you in the role of Ishmael.
Have you acted before?
I led the church choir.
Well, splendid. But perhaps your experiences there will aid us in...
I'm not mad.
Well, let's see. I have your file right here. Isabel Wallace, committed at the request of Reverend Tobias Wallace. No, Mrs. Wallace. Good heavens.
This is the work of my husband. He's an angry, wrathful man. Now, there must be something to prove my sanity. Some kind of test.
You have been found insane, committed by the authorities.
Or what if I wrote letters? I have friends at the Ladies' Society at my church who can intercede.
Mrs. Wallace, it isn't...
I have a daughter. She's 8 years old, and she's alone with him. Please. There must be something you can do.
Yes. I will make inquiries.
Don't think that you can improve your situation by batting your eyes at the doctors, Mrs. Wallace. You'll soon learn who's really in charge.
Can I climb in with you? I'm so cold, I can't even feel my own body.
Isabel, come. Lie with me.
I don't feel that well tonight.
You will fulfill your wifely duty.
Okay, this is the part where Ishmael meets Queequeg. There is a heavy footfall in the passage. Holding a lantern, a tall, dark figure enters the room. Kara, you are Queequeg. That is your cue. Enter. Good. What a sight. Such a face. Dark and tattooed in squares. His hair tied up in a scalp knot. We'll get you makeup later. A strange object dangles from his hand. Matron, if you can get Kara a prop, please. Let's do that. It is a shrunken human head.
Give it.
Queequeg extinguishes the light and springs into bed. You spring into bed.
No.
Okay, Kara. Not so rough. You wanna see who she is. Very gentle. Okay. Kara, let's. I want to show you what I'm talking about. Get up. Thank you. Good. I'm going to grab this from you. I'll give it back. All right. So to bed, and I'm going. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
I'm fine.
Yes. Very well. Well, this is make-believe, ladies. Okay,
who the devil are you? Speaker. Charlie. Hold me.
Angel, save me! Landlord, you did not tell me my bedmate was a savage.
Huh. Queequeg wouldn't harm a hair of your head.
That's a shrunken head?
He brought a lot of embalmed heads from the South Seas as curios, you know. Queequeg.
Yeah.
This man, sleepy. You sabby.
We sabe plenty. You get in.
Thank you, landlord. You may go.
Yes, so, at that moment, you will get into bed with Kara. Kara, get in bed. You will get in bed next to Ishmael. Okay. Well, I think we're making real progress. Oh.
Dr. Calhoun, I can rehearse with her.
That would be lovely. Thank you, Isabel.
They took her beautiful clothes away and dressed her in an old gray smock. Just look at the proud princess now. They laughed as they led her into the kitchen. Let's get to bed. Okay, I'll read you some more tomorrow. All right, darling. Sleep well. Sweet dreams, okay? I love you.
Love you.
Why is she awake?
It's my fault I lost track of time. Let's get to bed.
How are things proceeding with Kara?
Quite well.
No, don't do that. It's a feature of her condition. She devours all sorts of awful things. Kara, look at your mouth. You're a mess. Come on, sit. Sit. Come, sit. All right, why don't we face each other here?
Are you ready to play the scene for Dr. Calhoun? We'll play the scene where we become friends. Remember you're shaving with the harpoon? Queequeg is a comely-looking cannibal. I find myself mysteriously drawn to him. I see a lofty bearing,
a simple, honest heart, and in his dark eyes, a spirit that would dare 1,000 devils. Queequeg, what say you to a social smoke?
Oh, use my pipe.
Here. We are now bosom friends and resolved to ship aboard the same vessel.
Brava. Quite good. Quite good. She's come so far.
Mm-hmm. She's a really sweet girl and eager to please once she knows what's expected of her.
Yes. Well, Isabel, I was giving your situation a great deal of thought, and if you pen a letter to the Ladies' Society, I'll do my best to see it delivered.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Cullen.
No, no! Cara, don't eat the goldfish.
The anchor is up, the sail is set, and the short northern day merges into night as we blindly plunge like fate into the lone Atlantic. Our captain's name is Ahab. He's lost his leg to a whale in his previous voyage. For several days, no sign has been seen of him above hatches. He stays in his cabin.
Mary, louder, please. I can barely hear you. It's a bit too loud. Why don't we try for a happy medium?
Mary, show some respect. I didn't know she'd do that.
It's not your fault, matron, but I am beginning to despair. Without an Ahab, we have no play.
Well, there is one other possibility.
Why the devil didn't you tell me?
She's considered dangerous.
I thought you said her last incident was a year ago.
Because she's been in isolation since. She nearly bit off a nurse's finger.
Then you'll have to wear gloves.
Miss Price, I am Dr. Calhoun. I'm here to inform you of a new therapy of my design. I saw you at Edward Fry's Opera House. As Lady Macbeth, you mesmerized me. We're doing a play, Melville's Moby Dick. I want you to be my Ahab. Goodbye, Miss Price.
Beatrice Price, have you lost all sense? We have her in isolation for a reason. She is violent, vicious.
The misdeeds these women committed in former lives ought not weigh against them here.
Beatrice Price is a murderess and a sexual deviant.
Allowing her access to these women would be like loosing a fox in a henhouse.
I'll take full responsibility. I've no doubt my therapy will aid her. Wait.
Wait, wait.
Beatrice Price.
On stage,
Hello.
please. Act 1, Scene 5.
Miss Price, you are reading for the role of Captain Ahab. I'll be holding your script.
I don't need a damn script. On such a day, one as sweet as this,
I struck my first whale, a boy harpooner of 18, 40 years ago. 40 years of constant whaling, 40 years of privation, peril, storm time on the pitiless seas. For 40 years has Ahab forsaken peaceful land to make war on the horrors of the deep. Then the madness, the frenzy, the boiling blood and the smoking brow with which for 1,000 lowerings has Ahab furiously and foamingly chased his prey, more demon than man. Aye, what a 40 years fool has old Ahab been.
Bravo! Bravo! Oh.
I hope for your sake you can control her. If there's a slip-up, I'll have you fired.
At last, Ahab stands before us with the crucifixion in his face. A grand, ungodly, godlike man. He lives in this world as the last grizzly bears live in settled Missouri. His grim aspect affects me powerfully, as is the barbaric white leg in which he stands.
What do ye do when ye see a whale?
Sing out for him.
And what do ye next?
Lower away and after him.
And what song do ye pull to?
A dead whaler, so goes.
Do you see this Spanish ounce of gold, men?
Aye, Captain.
Oh my, she is quite good.
Yes. A white-headed whale,
I insist that she be in the play.
a wrinkled brow, a crooked jaw, and 3 holes in the starboard fluke. He shall have this gold doubloon.
Captain Ahab, is this white whale the one they call Moby Dick?
Aye, 'twas Moby Dick that dismasted me. Sliced off my leg like a mower reaps a blade of grass in the field. This is what ye shipped for, men. To chase Moby Dick over all sides of the earth until the white whale spouts black blood. Ye harpooners, flank me with your lances. Cross them here before me. Death to Moby Dick!
Death to Moby Dick!
God hunt us all, if we do not hunt him till his death.
Such a relief being out of that straitjacket. Such a bother not being able to scratch your nose or reach the important bits. Mind if I borrow some thread? Some thread, I said. Much obliged. You're a quiet little mouse. Married to a minister, they tell me. Now, how does a minister's wife end up in an ungodly place like this?
You'd have to ask my husband.
Oh, and what story would he tell? A cold bed?
Quiet little church mouse like you, an iceberg has better chance of pleasing a husband.
Is there anything moving under the sea, or is it frozen down there as well? Every minister I ever met had a horny pecker. They just wrap a white collar around it.
I could teach you about passion,
Thaw the iceberg, as it were.
Get off of me, you foul woman!
Is that the best you've got? You're a whaler now. Curse like one. Call me a bitch, a whore.
Whore! Bitch!
That's the idea! Fuck! Cocksucker!
Shit!
That's how sailors talk. What else do they have to do on those long voyages? Hey, church mouse. That's enough out of you two.
The chief mate of the Pequod is Starbuck, a native of Nantucket, a staid, steadfast man.
Why the long face, Starbuck?
I am game for his crooked jaw, Captain, if it fairly comes in the way of our business. But I came to hunt whales, not my commander's vengeance.
Starbuck? You are pathetic.
Not my commander's vengeance on a dumb brute that simply thief from blind instinct. Come on, Scylla.
I can't work with this. Are we to believe this whelping thing is first mate of the Pequod?
You will work with whoever Dr. Calhoun tells you to work.
No, she's right. Ahab needs a Starbuck, a sea dog.
But you see, Miss Price, I have a very limited talent pool here.
What about her? She looks like she has balls.
No. Matron Stokes is not an actress, and she has a job to do.
Let her finish the scene with me.
I did some acting in school. I'm game. I am game for his crooked jaw, Captain, if it fairly come in the way of our business. But I came to hunt whales, Captain, not my commander's vengeance on a dumb brute that simply smote thee from blindest instinct.
Dumb brute. He has left innumerable fatalities in his wake. I see in him not only outrageous strength, but intelligent, inscrutable malice.
God keep us all.
Let's keep going, keep going.
Horrible old man. My soul is overmatched by a madman.
Starbuck thinks me mad, but I am demonic. I am madness maddened.
I plainly see my miserable office to obey, rebelling, and I must help him to his impious end.
Ye great gods, come see if ye can swerve me. Ye cannot swerve me. My path to my fixed purpose is laid with iron rails whereon my soul is grooved to run. I'd strike the sun if it insulted me.
Yet there is hope. Time and the tide flow wide, and the hated whale has the round, watery globe to swim in.
I like it. Are you willing, Matron?
Anything I can do to help, Doctor.
Prettying yourself up for your private rehearsal. You're pretty enough for me, Church Mouse.
Let me through.
Couldn't hurt your hopes of a release if you open your legs for him.
He doesn't see me that way.
Oh, my, how cloistered you've been. Come, I promise to be good. I I've seen the way he looks at you. Lick your lips. I'll rub them together. A bit less ruined, don't you think? A bit. And Cinderella shall go to the ball.
That's my daughter's favorite story.
Mine, too. I guess this makes me the fairy godmother.
You came from far away, my dear, my dear. You came from far away, my dear, my dear. You... Isabel, please sit. Before we begin, I'd like to tell you, I sent your missive to Mrs. Van Dyke of the Ladies' Society and enclosed the letter to Rebecca.
Thank you, Dr. Calhoun. I'd almost given up hope.
Please, when it's just us, you can call me Benjamin. And it is I who should be thanking you. Your work here has been exemplary.
It's been exhilarating.
Ah, it is, isn't it? Blindly plunging like fate into the lone Atlantic. My first love was always the theater. When I was a boy, my mother would say, Benjamin, you're going to be a thespian. She would take me to the theater every week. So I dropped out of medical school, much to my father's chagrin.
Became a doctor after all.
Yes. Well, my mother, she took her own life. She was troubled, suffered from hysteria. So I was compelled to take up medical school again with a focus on lunacy. But I feel trapped. I do. Just like you.
It isn't the same.
Oh, no. Of course not. No, it isn't. I'm sorry. Well, let's get to work. The whale hunt, I believe.
You're a good man, Benjamin.
Ah. Here we are. From here.
The boat tears on. The vast swells of the omnipotent sea. The surging hollow roar they make.
Without the script.
The brief suspended agony as the boat tips on the knife edge of the waves that threaten to cut us in two. The sudden profound dip. The headlong, sled-like slide down the other side. No raw recruit marching for the first time into the fever heat of his first battle has felt stronger emotions than the man who for the first time finds himself in the churned circle of the hunted sperm whale.
There she blows! There she blows on the lee beam! Pull, my fine heart, pull! Break your back, sing out! The dead whale is so close! Snap your oars, every mother son of ye!
Yes! Feel the surging waves. I want to see sweat. Deirdre, I want you to
Bodies in motion. Bodies in motion.
The devil fetch ye, you dogs! Pull, will ye? Long and strong!
Keep rowing! Come on, ladies, we're on the boat! Keep rowing! Keep on going!
There's his hump! Aim for his eye! Give it to him!
Of a sudden, a gush of scalding liquid shoots up. Something rolls like an earthquake beneath us. We are tossed into the curdling cream of the squall.
In! You're flailing in the ocean, ladies! The waves are washing over you! The waves are washing over you! All right, come on, everybody up.
Ishmael, you've got a certain little glow. You've gone and done it, haven't you? You naughty little church mouse.
You mustn't say a thing.
We should keep this between us.
Oh, there you are. How are you this morning?
Perfectly well, and you?
Marvelous.
Ahab ferociously studies his charts and plans his course.
In the east, you will be my beast. That is where I shall wreak my revenge. That's your cue, Starbuck.
The oil in the hold is leaking, so we must heave to and repair.
And spend a week tinkering with old gaskets.
But we could waste more oil in one day than we make good in a full year.
What does Ahab care? On deck.
Captain!
Dost thou dare contradict me?
Nay, sir. I do but entreat thee.
There is but one God that lords over the earth, and one captain that lords over the Pequod. On deck.
Thou hast outraged me, sir, and for that I ask thee not to beware of Starbuck, thou wouldst but laugh. But let Ahab beware of Ahab. Beware thyself, old man. Doctor.
All right. Okay, keep going. Keep the intensity.
There is one God. Hey, Starbuck! Hey!
Yes! All right, now let it go. Beatrice, stop at once! All right, all right.
Beatrice!
Olaf. Olaf. Well, that certainly was visceral.
You almost killed me.
If I wanted to kill you, you would be dead. You said you wanted to be in the play, then be in the play. It seems to me what you really want is Calhoun's cock in your quib. But guess what? Ishmael beat you to it.
That is enough nonsense out of you, Beatrice.
Benjamin?
Huh?
What's going on between you and that Wallace woman?
Absolutely nothing.
And what was Price talking about?
Another attempt to needle you.
Come now, Phoebe, you mustn't let her upset you.
You know I would never consult with a patient. Phoebe, I need you on my side. Without you, this entire enterprise collapses. Are you with me?
Of course I am.
Oh, good. You and me. Yes?
Kara, what the devil is she doing in here?
No, Kara, no, no. I'm not telling you another thing. You announced it in front of everybody.
I let my anger get the best of me.
Kara. Spit it out, it's not food. Spit it.
everyone. There's a storm blowing, a storm blowing.
You lied to me.
What's that? This is not the time.
I trusted you.
Isabel, we have to be calm.
You didn't send them and you promised to help me. You promised to help me. And I believed you.
We can discuss this at another time.
I need to see my daughter. And this is going to get me to see my daughter.
You will see your daughter, I promise.
All you care about is this absurd play.
Stop now.
To me. You lied to me.
You're delusional.
I'm not delusional.
You are.
I'm not. I don't belong here. You know that. I don't belong here.
Give it to me. Give it.
No, please. I know that. I know that. Please. No. Let me go. I want my daughter. Please.
Quite the little hellcat, aren't we?
Can you guess what I found? Tucked beneath a pillow. You're reading this to our daughter. This Cinderella. Bring me my cane. You bring this blasphemy into my house, a minister's house, for a minister's daughter. Your feet, dear wife.
Like we practiced. The ship tears on. Say it. The ship tears on, leaving such a furrow in the sea as when a plowshare. You will say it, one way or another. I hate that it's come to this. You've left me no choice. Say the lines, rejoin the cast. If you continue to defy me, I will be forced to...
Very well.
Just say the lines, Isabel.
Go to hell.
Nurse Helga, put Mrs. Wallace back in isolation.
Heart, soul, body, lungs, and life is Ahab bound.
Damn me, thou actest right, Captain.
My God, you only have a few lines and you can't do better than that. You know, you begged me to be in this play, remember? I've told you 1,000 times, cue pickup. Are you still foggy on what that means?
No, sir.
Then why am I left waiting for your lines to begin? Do you know what happens while you're gearing up for your cue?
The energy is dropping out of the performance.
Bitch.
Shh.
Live in the game and die in it.
He would have shot me once. I had her in the pan. Strange these hands have handled so many deadly lances yet. Now they shake. Shall this crazed old man be tamely suffered to drag a whole ship's company down to doom with him? There he is, sleeping. I, but still alive and soon awake. Do you see what she's doing?
Stay in the moment.
She's supposed to be sleeping. I cannot withstand thee then, old man. Not reasoning, not entreaty, wilt thou hearken to.
Fuck you, bitch!
And I yet survive to hug my wife and child again.
Stupid bitch!
Great God, where art thou, shall I?
Oh, Moby Dick! I have you in my clutches at last.
All right. That was good, matron. Except for when you let her distract you.
Hypocrite. You accuse me of being distracted, and then you work to distract me.
All right. Matron.
Beatrice Price.
Benjamin Calhoun.
Was that how you rehearsed at the Orpheum?
We didn't have matrons or orderlies at the Orpheum. When there's a crowd, you know I'll perform.
When there's a crowd? Should I start directing when there's a crowd?
Oh, no, by all means. Start directing whenever you feel the urge.
I direct.
Lest you forget, we are in a loony bin, and your cast is comprised of mad women. You're a joke. The whole play's a joke.
Benjamin?
I dare to hope. But I swear they're threatening to tear my heart out.
Laudanum?
Just a few drops to help me relax, Phoebe. That's all.
I don't appreciate what you're doing. Your experiment will change the study of lunacy forever.
What are you doing?
I am giving you a foot rub. When I was a little girl, and my daddy came home from the lumberyards, I'd give him a foot rub every night. So, something of an expert.
But I don't need a foot rub. Oh, my. Oh, that's nice. What would I do without you? You're the only one I can rely on.
You'd make do, I suppose.
I try and try, and they subvert me at every turn. They mean to humiliate me. Oh, my. You didn't do that for your father.
I didn't do this either.
Oh. Hello, Isabel. I've invited your husband to see you on opening night. To see the progress you have made.
He'll never come here.
On the contrary. Your situation is the talk of his congregation.
He knows he cannot ignore it much longer, no. He's bringing Rebecca. She was traumatized by your arrest. I told him to see you on stage, happy, healthy, will set her mind at ease. Help her move forward. Will you be my Ishmael again?
All right, Isabel, whenever you're ready.
My pagan companion and fast-bosom friend Queequeg has been seized with a fever. Poor Queequeg. He quietly lays in his hammock. The rolling sea seems to be gently rocking him to his final rest. And awe seizes...
Clara, stop that. You're supposed to be half dead. Go on.
And awe seizes over me as I sit by this waning savage to the drawing near of death, which alike levels all.
What does he think we're doing here? Deirdre? Playing some sort of game? Dressing up like sailormen and pretending to chase a whale? You move like frightened women. Have none of you coiled a rope before? No? Let me show you. I want manly strength. You see that? Manly strength. I want manly strength, not girlish prancing. You see? Let me see it again. Are you as stupid as you are crazy? Orderly, deal with her. Take her. I was watching the male patients on work detail the other day, hauling casks and crates. They moved with such easy strength, such innate virility. Ah, I see not a whit of that in our cast. You've been making a noble effort, Phoebe. Price is good when she decides to be. But you cannot rid yourselves of your cursed femininity.
Well, we're just women.
Yes. Perhaps that's the problem.
They're putting men's blood in us.
Cara! She's seizing! She's seizing! Cara! Get her feet!
me as a man, and I'll give you a man. You cast me as a sea captain, and I'll give you a sea captain. You cast me as Ahab, and by God, I'll give you Ahab without the benefit of his blood. Get off! No!
Put her in the chair.
Is everything all right?
Everything's fine.
We lost a patient.
No procedures without its risks. Matron Stokes, you will be receiving the blood treatment like the rest of the patients.
What?
If you want to be in my cast, you will behave like a man.
Dr. Calhoun, you overstep. I am the head matron at this facility, not one of your patients, and I will not be receiving any sort of treatment.
I am truly disappointed. I thought you were committed to this. But now I can see you're just as weak as them.
Beatrice!
All right, let's begin with a quick scene, shall we? All right, I realize that we've lost Kara. It's unfortunate. We will have to recast. All right, Mrs. Wallace, I have changed the dialogue for quick to narration.
Your treatment killed her.
Come now, there's no connection, all right? She's prone to seizures.
Where's Beatrice?
She's not in this scene. Griselda, would you mind filling in for Kara for today? Let's get you in here. There you go.
Queequeg told me it is the custom of his race to stretch out a dead warrior in a canoe and let him float away. He shudders at the thought of being buried in his hammock, as is the custom at sea. He recalls...
Wait, please. I'm not feeling your sorrow, Isabel. You know, surely this is an opportunity for you to channel your feelings for Kara. You know, you're thinking too much. Don't think. Feel. 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 Carry on.
He recalls that he has seen dead sailors in Nantucket laid to rest in canoes. He means coffins. And he desires one for himself.
If I may, you're watching your friend slowly waste away. How does it make you feel?
Fear. Grief. Anger.
There's something burning inside. How much does it hurt?
A lot.
A lot. Show me a lot.
The ship's carpenter took his measure and went to work. Now the last nail has been driven. Queequeg entreats to be lifted into his final bed, along with his harpoon.
Are those tears?
Ishmael is a man! You understand. Men do not show their grief in that manner. Blasted women, I mean, do we need another transfusion? Is that what we want? Do you want another transfusion? Huh? Show me some masculinity like Phoebe. That's what I need. Now, some of you sailors will lift up Queequeg into this lovely coffin that I've had made. But for now, Griselda, let's get you in the coffin. Come on.
I'd rather not.
No, it's okay. It's nonsense. This is just make-believe. There it is. Wonderful. Manly strength, manly strength. Go. Isabel, come down. Say your lines. Come down and say your lines.
Queequeg is placed in the coffin. He lies without moving, his arms crossed over his breast, while the coffin lid is placed over him. And the sails...
Our Ahab has returned to us.
Are you ready to return to the fold, Beatrice?
One condition. You get Edward Fry to attend, and I'll perform.
I would love Edward Fry to come. But how do you expect me to do that?
Just mention my name.
Mr. Fry?
Excuse me, sir. Please stay back.
Can I speak to Mr. Fry?
Mr. Fry's a busy man. Please move along.
Mr. Fry, good evening, sir. My name is Dr. Benjamin Calhoun. I'd like to talk to you about a theatrical endeavor. Excuse me. I would like to have a word.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
A wager on Lizzie?
Of course.
To lose.
Very good, sir.
If I can have a moment.
I don't think so.
It's just
You know what would be better? Listen
okay,
again.
yes,
Okay.
of course. Yes. I am mounting a play at the asylum where I work. Mr. Fry, you have to... Would you get your hands off of me? Ow. I have Beatrice Price.
You have Beatrice Price?
Yes.
On stage?
All right, Isabel, please give us the lines that describe Queequeg's resurrection.
Queequeg suddenly rallies and is half well within a day. He leaps to his feet, stretches his arms and legs, yawns, and finds himself fit for a fight. He begins to use his coffin as a sea chest.
Here they are.
Oh.
Dr. Calhoun, everyone.
Yes.
A distinguished guest.
Beatrice. Come here. Let me look at you.
You left me here?
Beatrice, I tried. But you committed murder. We saved your life by declaring you insane.
Mr. Fry, good to see you, sir.
Well, please don't let me interrupt. Continue.
Oh, yes, we were just about to start rehearsing the Captain My Captaincy. Isabel, whenever you are ready.
The ship tears on, leaving such a furrow in the sea as when a plowshare churns up a field.
Stand close to me, Starbuck. Let me look into a human eye. It is better than to gaze upon God. I can see my wife and child in thine eye.
Captain, my captain, noble soul, grand old heart after all.
What cruel, remorseless emperor commands me that against all natural longings I so keep pushing recklessly, making me ready to do what in mine own natural heart I does not dare, is Ahab. Is it I, God, or who that lifts this arm?
Remarkable.
Do you have any comments, Mr. Fry?
No, not at all. But I'd appreciate a moment alone with Miss Price.
Well, however we can accommodate you. Would everyone, except Beatrice, please clear the room?
I'd like you to meet Mrs. Isabel Wallace. She has all the makings of a true actress.
Miss Wallace, I'm charmed.
Yes, Mrs. Wallace has been doing remarkable. I've really been working with her. And
Call me Isabel.
Would you care to join us? Doctor?
Yes.
We'll fetch you shortly.
You wish for me to leave as well?
Come, Calhoun. Let the artist have a moment.
Yes, of course.
Benjamin, please get a hold of yourself. Do you have any idea what this could mean? Listen, I admit I was skeptical at first, but Edward Fry, the famous theatrical impresario in the flesh, do you have any idea how many wealthy patrons, New York, Boston, he has them in his pocket? With his support, we could reach new donors, wealthy sponsors. Benjamin, please, it could lead to advanced equipment facilities. You must do everything you can to keep his interest. Do you hear me?
It's been too long. God knows what they're getting up to in there.
Benjamin, no! Benjamin!
Dr. Calhoun, the women were just telling me all about you. Please, have a seat. What you are doing here is bold, revolutionary. By accident, I suspect, as I doubt alone you had the vision to cast all the roles with women. However, this play has the potential to be sensual, provocative, transcendent even. With two radiant women at its core, more good fortune to you. So, I've decided to offer my patronage. That means an audience, publicity, and potential funding for future endeavors. Furthermore, I will host the performance at my own palace theater.
Oh, Mr. Fry. That would be...
Naturally, there are some conditions. First, Beatrice will take over all staging, blocking, and choreography.
Oh, that sounds like you mean for her to direct the entire play.
Yes, that's right. But we'll still use your fine script. The only reason Beatrice Price isn't recognized as one of the great directors of our time is that the world of theater is plagued by envy-ridden misogynists.
Now, Mr. Fry, with all due respect...
I'm not finished. Monomania seized him. Isn't that what Melville wrote about Ahab? You have lost your way, Dr. Calhoun. And now the only way to succeed is to turn over your play to surer hands. Dr. Withers, I trust there are no objections.
None whatsoever.
Great. Jeremy will come every day to ensure that things proceed as I've described. I'll expect regular reports. Good day, ladies, and good luck.
You women, where is your loyalty? Transcendent, provocative. I wrote this!
Surely Mr. Melville deserves some of the credit.
You're still in, aren't you?
I'm still in. Of course. It's my only way of seeing Rebecca. But then what? She sees me on stage with mad women. The play ends, she goes home, and I'm still trapped here.
This play could be our way out. We have to leave the grounds to perform. I'm orchestrating all the action. All eyes will be turned toward the stage.
We'd escape.
Exactly. Edward will support us, provide us with means of departure.
But what about Rebecca? I can't leave her with him.
No, we can figure that out too.
I never told anyone why my husband put me here. Every year, Tobias buys a brand new cane. He tests them on me. Always in places nobody sees.
You wouldn't dare.
Hit me in the face, you coward. Strike me where everyone can see.
Stop it!
No!
Stop it!
Do it! Do it! Hit me in the face! Do it!
Mad woman.
Your husband is just like mine was. We did what we had to do.
Happens all too often. Artists, visionaries, die unknown.
Who's that?
All you care about is this absurd play. Benjamin, we're just women. Benjamin. What's where you raise his pale? What's it pale? You're a joke. The whole play's a joke. We are in a loony bin, and your cast is comprised of mad women.
Thou damned whale. From hell's heart I stab at thee.
Surely Mr. Melville deserves some of the credit.
As dawn broke, Ahab could be seen staring out at sea.
Oh, what a lovely day. A fair day could not dawn upon the world. Here's a thought. What if Ahab had time to think? But Ahab never thinks. He only feels. To think would be audacity. God only has that right and privilege. Our poor hearts throb and our poor brains beat too much for that. There she blows! With a hump like a snow hill! 'Tis Moby Dick! Did none of ye see it first?
I saw him the same instant you did! Ready the boat! There she breaches!
Wondrous phenomenon. Rising with utmost velocity from the furthest depths, the whale booms its entire bulk into the pure element of air.
Do you feel brave, my hearties?
Aye! Brave as fearless fire!
Keep pulling! Lower those boats!
In Jesus' name, no more of this. It is worse than devil's madness. Never wilt thou capture Moby Dick.
Yea, I'll 10 times girdle the unmeasured globe and dive straight through it, but I'll slay him yet.
Shall we keep chasing this murderous fish till we be dragged to the infernal bottom of the sea?
Some men died at tide, some at low water, some at the full of the flood. Shake hands with me, man.
Oh, Captain, my Captain, noble heart, go not.
Steady. Great. Okay, now my rowers on my count. It's to the 1 and 2 and 1 and right and yes, it's looking good, ladies. Are you ready, matron?
The boats dart forward to attack, all paddles plying with rippling swiftness.
Look out! Keep that keenest eye on the boat and mark well the whale. They're nearing their foe. The entire dazzling hump is distinctly visible, and the glistening shadow of the broad, milky forehead of the unsuspecting prey.
And nice. Not perfect, but maybe we can use that. I like it. And, Mr. Starbuck, if you please.
Through the serene, tranquil, tropical sea, the glorious white whale moves on.
Stop.
What are you doing? Those are Ishmael's lines. Why is Starbuck telling it?
Ishmael is busy on a whaling boat. Mr. Starbuck is standing on the Pequod watching. It makes sense.
Fry suggested you choreographed the action. He didn't say you could rewrite my script and massacre Melville. The script is set. Matron Stokes.
I think it's a huge improvement.
Please, sir. Why don't you have a seat and allow the ladies to work, huh?
Through the serene tranquilities of the tropical sea, the glorified white whale moves on.
Beautiful, slow, graceful. Love it, very feminine.
This is a travesty. The whale is male. The sailors are male. There is no room in the story for femininity. You're destroying everything.
Sir, I should hate to report to Mr. Fry that you held up rehearsals.
Thank you. More lines for me?
Okay, from the beginning, everyone.
I have news from Mr. Fry. One of his vessels will be sailing from New Bedford soon. He has delayed its departure.
Okay, everybody ready? We open in 3 days. From the top.
They come expecting a freak show,
But we shall show them a theatrical spectacle. A grand adventure. We have weathered many storms together. Our voyage beset with perils from within and without. But we have persevered.
A dead whale or stone.
a dead whale or a stone
Yes, Doctor, we have it. We're as ready as we'll ever be.
Okay, let's get you all backstage.
He's the maddest one out of all of us.
Oh, Isabel.
If I may, I know it's been rocky between us of late.
But I think we had something special. And I'd like to get back to that when this is over. So, for my next production, I want you to be my Cleopatra.
Okay.
Welcome, please take your seats.
There you are, Calhoun.
This is amazing. It's great to have you. Thank you. Please, take your seats. Yes, yes.
It's gracious.
Beatrice, I don't think I can do it.
Relax. Everything is arranged. I don't want to hear another word out of that pretty mouth until I hear you say, "Call me Ishmael." Yes?
Hello, young lady. Is this your first time in the theater?
Yes, sir. We do not frequent these types of events. We're church-going folk.
Well, the theater is my church. It's like magic. You'll see.
Oh my God. What is this that shoots through me? All my past has somehow grown dim. Is my journey's end coming? The grand god reveals himself!
Aye. Reach your last to the sun, Moby Dick. Thy hour and thy harpoon are at hand. For hate's sake, I spit my last breath at thee. From hell's heart, I stab at thee!
His spear is darted. Ahab's line runs foul. It is caught around his neck. The whale wheels around, bears down on the Pequod's advancing prow.
All is set. Mr. Fry's carriage awaits in the back alley.
I'm gonna go check on Rebecca again.
Think you can escape now? Huh? Don't you know? They all think you're mad. You'll never leave. No, no, no. You're gonna stay here with me until you die.
Let go of her!
The whale, my God, stand by me Water pours through the breach in our side. We are doomed.
I did it. I did it. You can still go.
Isabel, help me. Isabel, grab his leg. Arms on 3. Ready? 1, 2. You're supposed to be on stage. Go.
Go, finish the play.
Isabel, if you don't go now, they'll know something's wrong.
The drama is done. Why then does one step forth? Because one did survive the wreck. All the crew were carried out of sight to the depths of the ocean.
Go.
Floating on the margin, and in sight of the wreck, I was slowly drawn towards the vortex. Queequeg's coffin. I grasped onto it and was buoyed up by that coffin for 1 day and 1 night. On the 2nd day, a sail drew near and picked me up at last. Then the great shroud of the sea rolled on, as it has rolled on for 5,000 years.
Enjoy your moon. You earned it.
Rebecca, stop.
The girl be with her mother.
Beatrice! Isabel!
Go.
Hey! Hey, get back here!
I did it! I killed him! He deserved to die!
Hey!
Come on, ladies!
Rebecca!
Where's she?
Rebecca, I said get back here!
What have you done?
The docks. Mr. Fry's boat.
I got to die on stage.
Where are we going, Mother? Out to sea? Like the men in the play. Will there be a whale? I doubt it. Everyone says you're mad. Are you? Look at me. When everyone says something, it doesn't always make it true. I don't think you're mad.